Well, good morning. Welcome to New Thought Unity on this lovely Sunday morning. We're glad that you're here, and we welcome you on this beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in Cincinnati. My name is David Kisor. I'm music director at New Thought Unity Center, and wherever you're tuning in from, I guess tuning in is like an old TV thing, right? Wherever you're streaming in from, we've got Alice and Althea here, and we're going to turn to James Taylor to give us a little beginning to what I think is going to be a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Shed a little light. Let us turn our thoughts today to Martin Luther King and recognize that there are ties between us, all men and women living on the earth, ties of hope and love, of sister and brotherhood, that we are bound together in our desire to see the world become a place in which our children can grow free and strong. We are bound together by the task that stands before us and the road that lies ahead. We are bound and we are bound. There is a feeling like the clenching of a fist. There is a hunger in the center of the chest. There is a passage through the darkness and the mist. Though the body sleeps, the heart will never rest.
Shed a little
light, oh Lord,
so that we can see.
Ah, yes.
Just a little light, oh Lord.
Just a little light, oh Lord.
Wanna stand it on up.
Stand it on up, oh Lord.
Stand it on up, oh Lord.
Stand on up.
Wanna walk it on down.
Shed a little light, oh Lord.
Can't get no light from a dollar bill.
No light, no dollar bill.
Don't give me no light from a TV screen.
No, no, no.
When I open my eyes, I wanna drink my fill from the well on the hill.
Don't you know what I mean?
Shed a little light, oh Lord.
Shed a little light, oh Lord.
So that we can see.
Oh, yes.
Just a little light, oh Lord.
Shed a little light, oh Lord.
Wanna stand it on up.
Stand it on up, oh Lord.
Stand it on up, oh Lord.
Stand on up.
Wanna walk it on down.
Walk it on down.
Shed a little light, oh Lord.
Yeah. Shed a light, shed a little light, shed a little light, oh Lord. There is a feeling like the clenching of a fist. There is a hunger in the center of the chest. There is a passage through the darkness and the mist. And though the body sleeps, the heart will never rest. Oh, let us turn our thoughts today to Martin Luther King and recognize that there are ties between us, all men and women living on the earth, ties of hope and love, sister and brotherhood.
Ooh. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So once again, good morning. This is the first Sunday, so we're going to recognize all birthdays and anniversaries today. So if it's your birthday or your anniversary, just hug yourself at home and say happy birthday to me as we sing our birthday song.
God is blessing you now, all of you birthdays.
God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. You are wonderful. God is blessing you now. And today's affirmation is, the God in me sees the God in you. So won't you repeat that with me? The God in me sees the God in you. And now we'll have Miss JioDucci come up and do our opening prayer.
Good morning. Please join me in prayer. Divine Spirit, Holy Father, Mother God, where we know that there is only one, and we also know that you are the one, and we are the many in the one. We know hearts have been broken wide open. Father, you have been trying to get us to see, but as that old song goes, I once was blind, but now I see. We all see, Father. We all are, as the young folks call, woke.
Hallelujah.
And for that, we say, oh, happy day. giving thanks and honor for all of you who have joined us via live stream. Those of you that are here in this sacred space, let us keep our hearts open to understanding, to loving, to reaching out and touching all of humanity, knowing that love is the key, love is the answer, and things are changing. And as that other song goes, it's time to make that change. We know it's here. We know that we are moving in a direction where we just cannot go backwards any longer. So giving honor to our feet moving and our hearts open and our minds aware, because we're woke and knowing it is already good. Together
Hallelujah.
we anchor this by saying, and so it is.
And so it is.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord.
And
Hallelujah.
Ashe. Yes.
Amen, JJ. Thank you.
Help and join us in singing the words of Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Tell every child, woman and man, only love can. Only love can. Hate cannot drive out hate. Tell every child, woman and man, only love can. Only love can. Only love can. Love can. We must be the change we wish to see in the world. Take a stand, take my hand, show that love can. We must be the change we wish to see in the world. Take a stand, take my hand, show that love can. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Tell every child, woman and man, only love can. Only love can. Only love can. Love can. Hate cannot drive out hate. Tell every child, woman and man, only love can. Only love can. Only love can. Love can. We must be the change we wish to see in the world. Take a stand, take my hand, show that love can. We must be the change we wish to see in the world. Take a stand, take my hand, show that love can.
Amen.
Woo-hoo. And here's where we give immense virtual hugs. And everybody hug somebody. If you're with somebody, give them a squeeze from me, because I would love to
Kisses
hug a
to
real
my
body
children, to
right
Mara,
now.
Tate,
I want to hug
Alicia,
my own body.
Alex,
And
to everyone in the
everybody
congregation,
named
hugs
Bob,
and
Mike, Mary,
kisses.
Alice, all the people everywhere we are hugging. There's great smiles and big hugs in the sanctuary with the skeleton crew. We're all here today. So happy to have JJ here, laying it down like it really is. We're going to hear a lot from her, but let's go ahead and get unified.
Woo!
I feel a good vibration, healing and transformation all through this congregation. It must be unity. The experience is our mission. Universal wholeness is our vision. Be who you are, you got permission. Must be, must be, must be unity.
encompassed in that song is our mission and vision statement, and I am going to go over those with you, and if you would repeat them after me, that would be fabulous. Our mission is to experience spirituality. Together? Our mission is to experience spirituality. And our vision is universal wholeness through spiritual healing and transformation. Our vision is universal wholeness through spiritual healing and transformation. And whether this is your first time watching us or in our presence or your 1000th time, what we want you to know is that you are welcome here.
Always.
You are always welcome here wherever you are on your spiritual path, and we trust that you will find nourishment for that spiritual path while you are here. Blessings.
Awesome. Thank you, Alice. And we do have some announcements. We did our mission and vision, and you know, those mission and vision statements are being reviewed as we speak. Lots of stuff is still happening, and we're going forward, and we're trying to define ourselves as best we can. And so there may be more news on that, but I'm just prepping you for the end of the service today, and I'm looking at Susan for confirmation of this, that we're going to do the prayer for protection in a different way, in a way that we haven't in a long time, but I think it's the original way. All right, so just giving you a little heads up about what's happening. I've got several other heads up, and I'm going to do them rather quickly so we can get to music, meditation, and a beautiful message today. But hey, give me a train. Woo woo. Ready? We do. Woo woo woo. We're going to ride the train a little bit later, but woo woo. We're back! Exclamation point. And of course, with respectful social distancing, we are going to reopen for Sunday services as of June the 21st, Father's Day. Information on how this will happen has already been sent out in emails, and if you have not received the information, please call the center, and Susan will be happy to send you a copy of conditions under which we will operate. Okay? So, yeah, there's a manual for everything, and we got to take your temperature with a little thing, and face mask and all that stuff. So we will continue live stream on Facebook, so no worries. You want to stay home for a little longer, and a lot of us do. We want to just stay home and be safe. You can still maintaining isolation. You can still enjoy the service. Karaoke with Kim Ballou. You ever karaoke with a face mask on? It's going to happen, okay? July the 3rd at 7 p.m., continuing every first Friday of the month. I told you, we're coming back. Whoop, whoop. Spiritual cinema. You ever eat popcorn through a face mask? We're starting on Friday, July the 10th, continuing every second Friday of the month. On July the 10th, we'll be showing Risen. The movie Risen. Doors open at 6:30. Movie starts at 7. Bring your own drinks, and we'll have the popcorn. Women of Wisdom are still meeting on Zoom. Join them June 20th at 10 a.m. for self-care practices for body, mind, and soul, and Be Better moments. Wish I was a woman, almost, okay? Course in Miracle Group meets on Thursday evenings on Zoom at 6:30. Contact Susan if you're not part of that group and wish to join. Mastermind group, we've got the mastermind in the house tonight making comments on this service. Alice Frazier facilitates the group. It'll meet on June the 7th and the 21st at 7:30 on Zoom. Alice at soulpurpose.net. She has a soul purpose. Angel's Wings Retail Shop, now open regular hours. I was there yesterday and bought myself a chair. I sat in it. It was great. Okay, so there's tons of stuff, and there are, just protect yourself as you come out and shop again at Angel's Wings. YouTube channel, check it out. And that is just some of the things that you will find here at New Thought Unity, and many, many others. Check out our website, our Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. New stuff. Let's start to prepare for meditation, shall we?
in this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love.
God's love.
There is only love.
True love.
Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
There is
Only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
There is only love, and the love of God in each one of us is expressing so beautifully well. We are individual beings, but we are all God's children. We are joined in sacred union by knowing that we were made in the image of our Creator God. We are a spectrum in the rainbow of all hues, ethnicities, but we're love, God expressing. I invite you to settle in to this service. Put your arms around yourself or around your loved one that's with you. Look at your children and remind them that they're all good because they're all God. And they're love, as are you. I ask you to take this into meditation and knowing, absolutely knowing, no matter where you are love and you are loved. and so it is.
Yes.
And I know this voice of love, it is singing through my life. It is all I am, every part of me. It's all I choose to be. There is only love. God's love. There is only love. Pure love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. Sweet love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
Everything beneath the sun breathes like a harmonium.
Pure perfection has begun, shining like the midnight sun.
Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone.
Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent.
May these grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's content, ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace.
Rolling like a thunder cloud, let me live my love out loud.
Standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now. God is in all
as your word.
Your holy word.
God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. God, let me know your name.
Turning like Ezekiel's
Hold me
wheels.
in the
Nothing
same
like a
breath
kiss seals
as
the
your
spirit I
word.
become.
God,
I'm here
I feel you all around.
Rowing to distant shores.
Oh, how you astound
From the infinite
with your grace. God, let me know your
Turning like
name.
Ezekiel's
Hold me
wheels.
in the
Nothing
same
like a
breath
kiss
as
seals
your
the spirit I become. Knowing what I'm here for.
I feel you all
Rowing on to
around.
distant shores.
Oh, how you astound
From the
me
infinite
with your
guiding everyone.
Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone.
Amen.
Thank you, Althea and Alice. Boy, do we have the women of wisdom here today. Do we have power? I was telling JJ she looks like a Black Wonder Woman times 10 to the nth power. JioDucci, wonderful teacher of people all around the world virtually, but we got her in person today, and she's going to let us know what the truth is.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am so happy to be here this morning, to be back on pulpit where I started my walk in New Thought, philosophy, religion, and theology. You know, the title of my talk this morning is Seeing God in Everyone. Seeing God in everyone. Now, some folks may say, JJ, I'm not seeing God in quite a few people these days. Well, we're going to get to that because some folks have asked me, where is God in all of this? Oh, he's standing right where you are. God is not absent. God is forever present. I want to just read Psalm 19:14 because my heart is heavy. My soul, my spirit has been challenged this week because as people have called me and said, JJ, where is God in all of this? I said, you got to see the love. Well, what's wrong with you, JJ? Have you been watching television? Did you see what happened? I could not miss what happened. No one could miss what happened. So Psalm 19:14, I just want to say this because I want to center myself and you. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Father. because the words of my mouth today may not be pleasing in everybody's sight. So I'm going to tell you a few things about me that you may not know. I am unapologetically black. I was born colored, and my mother was a Negro according to my birth certificate, and my father was colored. By the time they died, they had graduated to being black. My nana used to tell me to keep living, baby, because one day you're gonna be something else. I listened to that old woman who had a 6th grade education and more wisdom than many. I miss her because seeing what's going on today in our world around the country, she would probably look at me like she has done so many times in my youth and say, we've been here before. Well, I don't want to go back where we started from, because it is a new season and it is a new day. Are you woke yet? Are you woke yet? So, the deaths of 4 African American folk has caused us to really see the truth. Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Sean Reed, George Floyd, George Floyd, George Floyd. We have a pandemic called COVID-19. We've had an epidemic of racism for over 400 years. We all decided that with the Civil Rights Act of 1964, we had overcome. Affirmative action allowed people like me to get scholarships to Xavier University, but allowed me to sit in a classroom in Father Connolly's classroom over there, who said, "You're most articulate for a colored person." Thank you for sharing that with me, Father. But did you see my grades coming out of Withrow? I didn't just walk in here. It didn't matter. He told me coming in I would earn a B. I hadn't turned in a paper yet. I earned a B. Bless his heart. That was 1975. It has not changed. Inequities exist. A couple of weeks ago, we were only talking about COVID-19. Every station, COVID-19. And I'm going to tell you right now that I'm blessing COVID-19. My soul and my heart prays for the 393,000 people worldwide as of last night who are no longer on this planet, and the 111,000 people in our country who are no longer on this planet. But I'm thanking God for COVID-19, because without COVID-19, so many of us would have been at work and would not have been privy to seeing the revolution being televised. Oh, thank you, AT&T, Sony, Galaxy, Verizon, Sprint, thank you all for your phones. I once was blind, but now I see. We witnessed a police officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota, sworn to protect and serve, murder an unarmed African-American man, 46 years old, named George Floyd, in front of our eyes. Thank you, Facebook, for live stream. We saw it. We could not unsee it. We saw 8 minutes and 46 seconds of a man's knee on another man's neck. And the man who had his knee in George Floyd's neck was a white career police officer, the supervisor on duty, sworn to protect and serve. But oh, but wait. We thought we had seen everything. But across the street, there was somebody with a different angle. And we got to see something that, oh, my soul. I ran through the house and I didn't know I could move that fast, but I was shouting and crying and mad. And, oh, they say, Reverend, you're not supposed to get mad. Well, let me tell you, I was mad as hell. And you should be too. Because I saw 3 knees on a black man's back. He was prone. He said, I can't breathe. He called for his mama. Seeing that, I called for God, I called for Jesus, I called for Jehovah Jireh, and I did shout out, Mama, what is this? Why is this? And I sat back and listened and cried and cried and cried. I cried so hard. I called people. My good Baptist friends told me, they said, JJ, we don't understand, but we got a father who can, but this is wrong. And I started thinking, God is showing us the truth, the light, and the way in this. We can no longer turn aside and say what we don't see and say what doesn't exist. We can no longer say, well, affirmative action got you a job. May get you in the door, but it won't keep you there. Because as you climb and make it through and see that light coming through that crack in the concrete, like weed killer, someone is pouring that on your head. If you're black, if you're a minority, if you're a woman, and saying, not now, not now. It's not your due season. Oh, but when? So when we talk about systemic racism, when we talk about police brutality, forgive my grammar, but I'm going to say it like my little sister Janice would say. It ain't nothing new. But COVID had us home. COVID, which was a hoax, by the way, had us home. Some of us were watching television or had the kids watching television or doing their homework or taking a break when this happened. But it happened. We can't unsee this. Gang violence is still at an all-time high. But our Latino gang brothers and African American gang brothers and Native American gang brothers are marching in solidarity these days. There's something to be said about that. Young folks who voted for Barack Obama initially are now laid off work and able to take to the streets and raise their hands and say, power, no justice, no peace. Jesus said, what you do to the least of them, you do also unto me. Where is God in all of this? How can I love you when you're killing my brother? How can I believe now Sandra Bland just died in her jail cell when I'm believing something different now? How can so many people for so long judge Colin Kaepernick for taking a knee when he was trying to send a message? No, I love America. It has given me the opportunity to play football and be paid well and spread the wealth and support other organizations. But I took a knee for injustice. And now we have the commissioner of football saying, I'm so sorry. I understand what they were saying now. I want him to take a knee too. I want everybody to take a knee. And I want everybody to take a knee, and while you're on that knee, start praying. Start saying, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Jehovah Jireh, they know not what they do, but I know what I'm going to do. I'm praying for guidance and the strength to get up, to rise up, and make that change. We can't sit in our homes and make that change. We can't hide behind the thoughts or the perceptions or the desserts that we've been fed about racism not existing. The isms are alive and well and living in the United States and living in England and living in Germany and living in some of the Scandinavian countries and living in Australia because they too are marching. The other day I saw folks protesting in Alaska. All I could say was, Lord, have mercy. And I felt Spirit say, JJ, get back up again. So I am up, and I am bringing to question and prayerfully to answer, where is God in all of this? How do we see God in everyone? Tens of thousands of people assembling in our cities, in countries around the world. They are watching us, and I believe the frustrations and what they saw live and in color too was the impetus for them to get up and say, me too. It's happening to us over here too. See, y'all didn't know, but it's happening to us over here too. Inequality is real, folks. From the boardroom to the pulpit, let me be real. From the street corner to the halls of the political infrastructure, it is real. When I witnessed this week our president calling in the armed forces to push people back to spray them with pepper spray, to go to the sacred grounds of the Episcopal Church for a photo opportunity to hold the Bible upside down. What you do to the least of me, you do also unto me. And by faith, we don't believe in hell. I'm a religious science minder. But I was a black Southern Baptist raised Christian. And there's something about hell that's appealing to me for some people right now. So I'm still in prayer. Because every day I have to check myself before, as they kids say, wreck myself before. I check myself before I wreck myself, and I get in prayer and I say, Lord, I'm praying for our country. My partner of 35 years says to me, if you're praying for our country, you're praying for him too, whose name we shall not speak. I said, I'm praying for him because I'd feed him if he came to my house. If I saw him in Madisonville, I'd say, come on over, we need to have a talk. I got some collard greens and cornbread on the table, and I got some cha-cha. You don't know what cha-cha is? If you had a black nanny, you know what cha-cha is. And we're going to sit down, and if you talk back, I'm going to have you go outside next to over there by my little shrubs and get a switch so I can sting your little white ass legs. Because you are out of order. There are some great police officers. I know many. One that I have been a mentor to since he was 16 years old calls me mama. And I answer because I love my Maddie. If he's out on his bike and he sees me in my 4Runner, he may stop and pull me over for a hug. I served on the police advisory committee for the city of Cincinnati for 4 years. We are not immune to police misconduct in Cincinnati. I was on that committee when Timothy Thomas, 19 years old, met his untimely death running from the police, unarmed, trying to climb a wall as he pulled up his pants and he was shot and killed. The appalling thing that happens with the media that I do love, but when they interview the children, his son, and want to know how he feels about this, well, how do you think he feels? How is that little girl going to feel, George Floyd's little girl going to feel when she processes all of this? You see, this is not new. Even after the protests started down in Sarasota, they live streamed because everybody has a camera now. Everybody's a reporter. A police officer with his knee in the neck of an unarmed black man. His fellow officers had to say, get up, get off of him. I'm asking you, white, black, Jew, Gentile, Native American, whatever ethnicity you are, whatever sexual preference you are, it matters not. What matters is that you understand humanity. Fathers, because we have some good ones. My brother Harold is one of them. He has 6 boys, all grown men. And he says, you better check in with me. You better send me a text and let me know you're okay. I'm 63 years old and I still have to check in with my big brother to say I'm okay when I leave my house. I send him a text, I'm okay. Don't be worried about me. I'm a black woman. What can they do? What can they not do? So if I sound a little rough around the edges, I'm not apologizing because I'm testifying. I'm asking everyone in the sound of my voice to remember who the collective we are. We are spiritual beings having a human experience on this planet. We were sent here for a while to do some great things. And one of those great things is to reform the criminal justice system. One of those great things is to admit that racism is alive and well. One of those great things is to realize Black women, other women of color, and women in general are still being discriminated against. On my last job, there were many who just called me Mama or Mama JJ or Miss JJ. Two of the young ladies came to me. I work for a Fortune 500 company. In my mind, I had arrived again. They let me know, we fooled you. Fooled them too. Because a white female went to her boss and said, I'm leaving if I don't get any more money. So a position was created for her. I knew nothing about it because I worked in a different portfolio. The two young ladies who came to me in tears saying, they said the job was posted. We checked the postings every day, Mama JJ. The job wasn't posted. They called the corporate office. The job wasn't posted. So how do you have a chance? How is the playing field level when you don't know about the opportunities? When it's not a job that's posted. And then you have to walk around, as Paul Lawrence Dunbar said, we wear the mask. Because we need our jobs. So we're smiling, but that smile doesn't go all the way to our eyes. There's too much pain there for that smile to go to our eyes. It's real. It's real. Cincinnati has over 40 municipalities. Racism exists in those municipalities. Don't be fooled. Inequity is right here across from New Thought Unity Center. And we're calling it by its name, gentrification. Folks are being moved out, kicked out. People who have lived in their homes for years cannot afford to stay. There are carrots dangled in front of some of our seniors, and they tell them, say, well, we'll give you $100,000 for your house. And when we finish building this building, you can come back. The building is built. They try to come back. You know your income is not enough. They don't make enough money on Social Security to move in there. Why? Because a studio is costing $1,000 a month. They don't want a studio. They want at least one bedroom. They want a closet. How do I know that? I was in community development for years. That's one of my loves. Imagine a minister in community development. Watch out, y'all, I'm coming back. And I'm watching these poor people live in homes that are functionally obsolete for their current conditions. And I'm watching white men knock on their doors offer to buy their houses, because I made an offer on the one down the street. Madisonville is in a flux. Tore down buildings, built something new. Yes, I marched and prayed for revival, revitalization in Madisonville, my home. But I didn't march for displacement. But guess what? The revolution is being televised. Folks are not sitting down. What you do to the least of me, you do also unto me. So where is God in all of this? How can you see God in everyone? Did you look at yourself in the mirror this morning? Your beautiful face, your smile, your hair? Yes, I look at my hair before I pick out my wig for the day, and this one spoke to my spirit. I was going to be blonde today, but I knew that I was in a militant mood, so I didn't want to scare anybody. I'll save that for Centers for Spiritual Living next week. But when I look at myself, when I look at the 42-year-old young man that I co-parented, I call him my son. He calls me mama. And I look at him and remember kissing his feet and changing his diapers and playing with his legs. And now I wish I could just have him back that size so I'll know he's safe at my house. But are you safe at home? Breonna Taylor wasn't. No knock entry. An EMT, 26-year-old young lady shot 8 times. By the way, who they were looking for was already in jail. Sean Reed, running from the police, scared that something's happening, scared that he's going to die anyway, started live streaming. Revolution is being televised. And a police officer said, "This will be a closed casket funeral." Where is the compassion? But do I see God in that police officer? I'd feed him if he was hungry because he's God's child. I'd love him up, and when COVID is over, I'd hug him. I'd probably squeeze him a little bit too tight, though. Maybe real tight. So I can get close enough to say, what the hell is wrong with you? Diversity classes used to be at the different buildings, the different companies around the country. Cincinnati's corporations used to be big on diversity and inclusion. I worked for a company for 7 years and we never had the discussion. When I mentioned, since we do so much for Halloween and Valentine's Day and all these other holidays, and I said, why don't we do something for African American History Week? What? Took a year. In a little corner in the wall in the back. They had it so if you're looking for it, but you had to know to look for it, you could see it. We are all God's children. Saying Black Lives Matter doesn't mean other lives doesn't matter. It means that we matter, and we want you to know we matter because we are being executed. We are being dehumanized. We are being and have been marginalized. And it is enough. So where do we go from here? We look, we have conversations like Kim Ballou had on Zoom yesterday. You don't have to leave your home for that. Zoom into a conversation about race. Talk about it. Say what your fears are. Learn. But you can only learn if you're willing to be willing. Nobody can make you talk about how you're feeling. I've been around folks that don't look like me that tells me I'm not like regular black people. I ask them, what is a regular black person? I haven't met one. Describe it to me. Well, you make me comfortable. Really? You just made me uncomfortable saying that. What if my brother, 6'6", 260 pounds, as black as midnight, white ivory teeth, walked in the room? Would that scare you? It'd be a lie if you said no, many of you. We must admit our fear. And we must take that fear from fear to faith, believing in the humanity of all God's children. That is why we are here. I challenge you. I invite you. I encourage you to be part of the solution. It's no longer good enough to say my parents were racist. In many cases, that's true. But most of us want our children to do better than we did. So sometimes you may have to bring your parents along the way. Do the Sidney Poitier and bring them to dinner. Bring a black person to dinner and say, guess what? Look who's here at dinner. We're going to talk. Fear not. God has not left us. Fear not. The God that expresses in Althea and Alice and Allison and David and Susan and all of you and Taylor, my niece, is expressing through each and every body, each and every one. God is not absent. I want to leave you with this. And I pray that you read it when you get home or you listen to this one Bible verse and take it to heart. Proverbs 31:8-9 says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. Speak up. And so it is.
Appreciate all that was said. I always felt comfortable around JJ too until today. I guess I just got woke. And I better check it before I wreck it, I think. So, and it's okay to feel a little discomfort when we hear the truth. And we hear it without anything but the truth behind it. So, it's time to take all that to heart. Are you ready? You ready for another whoop whoop? Are we ready?
Yes, as long as my throat doesn't clog up on me. I'm ready. Well, I'm calling out to everyone across the nation. Nation. I say the world today is in a desperate situation. Stealing, burning, fighting, killing, nothing but deception. Well, it looks like mankind is on the end of destruction. Oh yeah.
yes it is. People, let me tell you now, we've got to learn to live with each other. Well, 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 no matter what race, creed, or color, I just got to tell you what the world needs now.
What the world needs now
is love and understanding. So get on board the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand, shake a hand. People, I'm talking about the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand, make a friend. Listen to us, people, now. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hey, we're doing our thing.
We got to start today to make tomorrow a brighter day for our children.
Oh, 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 now we can do it. I can prove it only if our hearts are willing now. So get on board the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand, make a hand. People, I'm talking about the friendship train. Come on, buddy, shake a hand, make a friend now. It don't matter what you look like, people, or who you are. Well, if your heart is in the right place, talking about the right place, you're welcome aboard, y'all. This train stands for
Justice.
justice. This train stands for
Freedom.
freedom. This train stands for
Harmony and peace.
This train stands for love. Love, come on, get on the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand, shake a hand. Yes, I'm talking about the friendship train. Come on, buddy, shake a hand, make a friend. Listen to me, people, now. Harmony is the key. My sisters and brothers. Oh, yes, it is. I said, harmony is the key. My sisters and brothers. Oh, yes, it is. People, we can't wait, 'cause another day might be too late. Come on, get on the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand now. I'm talking about the friendship train. Everybody get a hand, shake a friend now. Everybody on the friendship train. Come on, people, shake a hand now. I'm talking about the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand, shake a friend now. Now listen to me. You know, lots of people over the world have tried in many ways to make this world a better place for us to live in. But I think this new generation that has rose up, they're rising up to meet the occasion. They're no longer going to stand for discrimination. They're no longer going to stand for people of color being killed. Stop the violence. It's a new day. I want you to ride on the friendship train. Come on, y'all. Get on the friendship train. I want you to ride on the friendship train. You can get off at any stop, but get back on.
You got the ticket to ride.
You got your ticket?
You got
your ticket?
to ride.
I know you got your ticket, don't you?
Yeah,
You got your ticket?
got the ticket to
I got my
ride.
ticket. You got your ticket?
Got a ticket to ride.
Well, you know you got the
friendship
ticket to
train.
ride on the friendship
Shake a
train.
hand, shake a hand.
Come on, children,
On the
you got
friendship
your ticket to
train.
ride on the friendship
Shake a
train.
hand, shake a hand.
I'm gonna shake a hand, yeah.
On the friendship
Ride on,
train.
ride on the friendship
Shake a
train.
hand, shake a On the friendship train.
Ride the friendship
Make a
train.
friend, make a
Everybody,
friend.
everybody, everybody.
Ride, ride, ride. On the
friendship train. Whoop, whoop. Amen. Thank you.
All right. Woo! All right. I think I'm going to go to JJ's house. She going to cook dinner. Is that right? If you ever see JJ, she will feed you no matter who you are. And then you're going to have a conversation of the truth, because that's what we're here for, to see God in everyone and to love each other.
Yes. So it's that time in the service where we take our tithes and our offering into our hands. And we know that as we give, we also receive. So let's say our offertory blessing together. If you're giving online, or if you want to go to New Thought Unity Center's homepage, you can give there with just that one click. And our offertory statement is, divine love, moving in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive. So, Father, Mother God, thank you for these gifts that have been received with an open heart. Thank you for the works that they do to keep New Thought Unity Center going, to keep our staff employed, to keep our lights on, to keep your lights on, because as you give, you shall receive. So we thank God, because God is everywhere present and in all we do, and we are blessed, and so it is. Amen.
All right. Awesome. Thanks so much for being with us today. If you missed any of this, why don't you share this on your Facebook page? All you have to do is go share, and we're going to get the word out. And we'll see you next week. David Allen Brown will be back next week, and also on Father's Day. Just a reminder, we're opening back up little by little. So read what you have to do to be here on Father's Day. Get here a little bit early so we can space you exactly the way it's supposed to be. But it's going to be great to see everyone again. We'll hug sometime in the future, but maybe not on Father's Day. We're not going to hug. We're not going to hug, but we can at least see your faces, and that would be great. We want to remind you that our prayer chaplains are active always and forever. I think they wake up praying and just keep praying through the whole day. So if you want to be in touch with a prayer chaplain, please call the center, let us know, and we'll get prayer to you. They will pray to you over the phone or in any other connection as that goes. Thanks for being here today. I think we got everything covered.
Looks like it.
The train lasted a little longer. We made an extra long stop, but that's good. We're glad that you stuck with us until the end. And we want to do our prayer for protection. And as we said, let's just look at this prayer for protection in the original form. Just flow it out there. No, it's not in the original form. I don't know. The light of God surrounds me. Oh, it's the same way we've been saying it for a while. All right. So let's go with the prayer for protection. The
light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And we are one.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God
great
next
week.
week.